All right, guys. So Trump had an interview with Time Magazine. And you have to go read the whole thing because he is really slipping, man. Like, mentally, cognitively, he's a mess. He's a mess. There were so many... he contradicts himself. He answers questions in the dumbest way possible. He repeats the same phrases over... like, he's really not there anymore. But having said that, this part stuck out. I wanted to talk about this. Now, in this same interview, he was told, hey, the Supreme Court ruled against you 9-0. And he's like, that's not what my lawyers told me. And then the reporter reads the direct words from the Supreme Court saying you need to facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. And he's like, well, I'm going to leave that up to my lawyers. So very clearly, he's just flagrantly disregarding a Supreme Court order because he's been told directly now multiple times, you lost. And he's hiding behind the ideas that I have nothing to do with that. It's my lawyers. So that's one thing that was in it. But this part is also super important. Ready for this? So the reporter asks, you reportedly stopped Israel from attacking Iran's nuclear sites. Trump says, that's not right. I saw some idiots giving Trump credit for this, by the way. I knew it was bullshit from the beginning. It's not right? No, it's not right. I didn't stop them, but I didn't make it comfortable for them because I think we can make a deal without the attack. I hope we can. It's possible we'll have to attack because Iran will not have a nuclear weapon, but I didn't make it comfortable for them, but I didn't say no. Ultimately, I was going to leave that choice to them, but I said I would much prefer a deal than bombs being dropped. So understand what he's saying there. He's like, I just said, hey, Israel, if you want to do it, you can do it. Does that sound like, I put a stop to... Hey, I think you could do it. If you want to do it, you guys go ahead and do it. Jesus, are you worried Netanyahu will drag you into a war? Trump goes, no. Reporter says, let's talk about some of the issues with universities. Trump interjects. By the way, he may go into a war, but we're not getting dragged in. Then the reporter asks, the U.S. will stay out of it if Israel goes into it, meaning Iran? Trump says, no, I didn't say that. You asked if he'd drag me in. Like I'd go in unwillingly. No, I may go in very willingly if we can't get a deal. But if we don't make a deal, I'll be leading the pack. So in other words, yes, Netanyahu will drag us in, but it's okay because I want to get dragged in. Oh my God. Bro, I need you all to understand how stupid all of this is. Barack Obama made a deal, and John Kerry, I believe was the Secretary of State at the time, made a deal with Iran, the Iran nuclear agreement. The idea was we return all the money of yours that we stole through sanctions. We return all of that, and we lift the sanctions on you, and you allow in the UN, the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency. They will make sure you're only enriching uranium for your power grid, and for science, you will not enrich to weapon level. That was the deal. Iran agreed to that deal. They followed it to a T. You had the IAEA over a dozen times verified they're following the deal. Everything's going good. Everything was fine. Everything was working. We were good, right? Then what happened? Trump comes in, rips up the agreement, pulls out, rips it up. Why? It was working. Why'd you do that? Because he was listening to the neocon, warmonger, bloodthirsty freaks, and of course he's anti anything done by any Democrat. So he had, this is terrible, terrible deal. He ripped it up. Okay. So now he's like, we got to make a deal. First of all, why would they make a deal with us when we've proven if they abide by a deal that we set, we're liable to pull out at any minute. We're liable to pull out. So we have proven we are not a trustworthy agency here. We're not a trustworthy team. Our country is not to be taken at our word, even if it's on paper, even if we have a deal. So now they're saying, and Marco Rubio said this the other day, oh, well, they might be allowed to enrich uranium, just not enough to make a weapon. Like they can enrich it for power for their grid and like research and stuff. So wait, you pulled out of the Iran agreement, destroyed our credibility. Now you're saying, let's do another Iran agreement. The terms would be like exactly like the previous agreement. And you want to basically restart the thing that you pulled out of and then take credit for it? Now, that's fucking stupid, of course. But would I much prefer that to war? Absolutely. But the fact of the matter is, I think it's more likely that war happens. Because when you're saying to Israel, yeah, you do what you want. Well, motherfucker, Netanyahu has always wanted war with Iran. And he probably knows, he probably knows, yeah, I am going to drag Trump in, and Trump will say, like, I wanted to go in, right? And the other thing is, this is the most important point, guys. Trump thinks war will help his approval rating. He said it about Obama. In the past, he said about Obama, he's like, Obama probably wants to do war with Iran to get his numbers up before the election. So in his stupid mind, he thinks whenever there's a war, you always have the rally around the flag effect and the president gets more popular. No, that's only the case if you actually do a propaganda effort and build it up for years and make everybody think, oh, this is a real threat. Nobody's under the illusion Iran is any threat to us. It's fucking ridiculous. So, oh my God. This is crazy. This is crazy. So now, yeah, I told him he can go in if he wants. And if he goes in, will you go in? No. But I will go in willingly because I want to go in. Oh my God. So as Michael Tracy said, got to read this one a few times. Yeah, you do. Because the mind of this man is fucking chaos. He's got, you know, the toy, the little monkey that hits together the things? That's what's going on in Trump's mind. That's what's going on in his mind. There's nothing fucking happening there. There's nothing happening. And then we get shit like this. Go read the whole time interview. Your mind will be blown as to how far gone he is, bro. It's insane that this man is the most powerful man on earth. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.